A very good morning to our esteemed guests, directors, deans, principals, HODs, faculty members, researchers, and the PhD scholars joining us from Amrita's 9 campuses: Amritapuri, Kochi, Ettimadai, Arsampalyam, Nagarkoil, Chennai, Bangalore, Mysuru, Amravati, and Faridabad. What an honor it is to bring together some of the top research scholars who have been winning numerous grants, proposals, fundings, patents, publications, working tirelessly around the year, heralding the university to where it is today. Welcome to Amrita Research and Innovation Symposium for Excellence, Arise 2025. This is a landmark event that celebrates the spirit of research and innovation, that endeavors to foster a spirit of collaboration across the 9 different campuses of Amrita Vidyapeetham. Let us begin this auspicious occasion by invoking the presence of the divine. We request our dignitaries to join us to light the lamp, and we request everyone to rise for the prayer. Please arise. We'll be having the prayer now.
To extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries and attendees, I now invite Dr. Geeta Kumar, Dean, School of Physical Sciences, and Professor, School of Biotechnology, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, to deliver the welcome address.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams at Amma's lotus feet. It gives me great pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to the inaugural ceremony of Arise 2025, the Amrita Research and Innovation Symposium for Excellence. We begin this event with deep gratitude to our Chancellor, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Amma, who's our inspiration and guiding light, and whose vision continues to shape everything that we do. Amma often tells us that if we merge scientific knowledge with spiritual wisdom, we can create a mighty river that removes suffering and spreads life and joy to all of humanity. That is the spirit of Arise. So it's with great pleasure that we welcome Ms. Vasanthi Ramesh, Managing Director and Vice President of Engineering, NetApp India. We are honored to have you here with us today, and thank you for joining us. Welcome, ma'am. A very hearty welcome to Dr. Shashank Priya, Vice President for Research and Innovation, University of Minnesota, USA. We would have liked to have you here with us in person, but your presence online definitely adds immense value to this gathering. Welcome, sir. We are indeed fortunate to have with us Professor Arunachala Madhakannan, professor at the Polytechnic School, Arizona State University, who has traveled all the way from the US to join us and be with us here today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. A hearty welcome to Dr. Vipin Chowdhury, Chair, Computer and Data Sciences, Case School of Engineering, Case Western Reserve University, again joining us all the way from the United States. We are delighted to have you with us here today, sir. Welcome. On this occasion, it is indeed an honor and a proud privilege to have with us Sampujya Swamiji Amrita Swarupanandapuri, President, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. Swamiji has always been a strong pillar of support in everything we do here at the university, and we are deeply grateful for your presence here today. A very warm welcome to you, Swamiji. A very hearty welcome also to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Venkatarangan, Provost, Dr. Manisha Ramesh, Dean, School of Engineering, Coimbatore, Dr. Shashankan Ramanathan. A very warm welcome to our entire Amrita family, all our deans, faculty members, students, industry partners, collaborators, and friends of Amrita. Welcome to Arise 2025. Arise is more than a symposium. It's a platform, a meeting of minds that bridges disciplines, fuels and fosters innovation with a purpose-driven movement to realign research with societal transformation. In 2024, Arise brought together more than 2,000 researchers from our 8 campuses through a unique, inclusive, and collaborative process. It led to the creation of Amrita Research Strategy for the next 3 years, encompassing diverse areas such as One Health, smart, sustainable, and resilient information, intelligence and immersion communities, ecosystem restoration, environmental management, education for life, which now forms the backbone of our research initiatives. And these themes are not academic silos. They are living challenges we are solving through interdisciplinary research, compassion-driven innovation, and community engagement. The ARISE process has already begun to deliver concrete results in terms of integrated research pathways, interdisciplinary faculty proposals, promising innovations, patent applications, as well as very well-required solutions for rural health, sustainability, and climate resilience, in addition to global research impact. Most importantly, the culture of research at Amrita has shifted from isolated efforts to integrated, inclusive collaborations rooted in compassion and societal need. Research at Amrita is not just about what we discover, but what we deliver to our society and to humanity. So as we step into ARISE 2025, let us remember that we are here to translate knowledge into impact, to improve lives, to protect ecosystems, and build a future grounded in compassion and intelligence. Once again, a very warm welcome to ARISE 2025. Let this be a beginning, not just of a symposium or a conclave, but of new possibilities and positive outcomes. Thank you. There's no better way than to start the program than with an enlightening message from our most beloved Chancellor, Amma. So let us all listen to her nectarine words. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.
പ്രേമസ്വരൂകളും ആത്മസ്വരൂകളായിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. മക്കളുടെ ആത്മാർത്ഥമായ പ്രയത്നം നമ്മുടെ സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ താഴെത്തട്ടിലുള്ളവർക്ക് പ്രയോജനം നൽകുന്ന പലതരം പദ്ധതികൾക്ക് വഴിയൊരുക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. മക്കളുടെ അകമഴിഞ്ഞ പ്രയത്നങ്ങളുടെ മുൻപിൽ അമ്മ ആദരവോടെ ശിരസ് നമിക്കുന്നു. ഗവേഷണങ്ങളുടെ ഫലവും സാധാരണക്കാർക്ക് ലഭ്യമാകണം. എന്നാൽ അതോടൊപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളുടെ ശാലീനതയും സൗന്ദര്യവും സംസ്കാരവും കാത്തു സൂക്ഷിക്കുകയും വേണം. അപ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ വികസനം പൂർണ്ണമാകൂ. അതാണ് അമ്മയുടെ ആഗ്രഹം. മൂല്യാധിഷ്ഠിതമായ ഗവേഷണത്തിന് മാത്രമേ സന്തുലിതമായൊരു വികസനത്തിന് വഴിയൊരുക്കാൻ സഹായിക്കൂ. അത് ലക്ഷ്യമാക്കി വേണം നമ്മൾ പ്രയത്നിക്കേണ്ടത്. സ്വന്തം കാര്യങ്ങൾ നേടാനും സ്വാർത്ഥ താല്പര്യങ്ങൾ സംരക്ഷിക്കാനും മാത്രം ചെയ്യുന്ന കർമ്മങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ കഴിവുകളെ തളച്ചിടും. മുമ്പോട്ടൊഴുകാൻ വെമ്പുന്ന നദിയിൽ അണകെട്ടി തടസ്സം സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്ന പോലെയാണത്. അവിടെ മനഃശക്തിയുടെ പ്രഭാവം നിലച്ചു പോകും. ശരിയായ മനോഭാവത്തോടെ കർമ്മം ചെയ്യാനും ലക്ഷ്യത്തിനെത്താനുള്ള ഉത്സാഹവും പ്രചോദനവും ഇല്ലാതാകും. സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെയും സഹജീവിയുടെയും നന്മയ്ക്കും ഉയർച്ചയ്ക്കും വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ ഉൾപ്രേരണ ഉണ്ടാകുകയുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ നിരീക്ഷണ ബുദ്ധിയും മനസ്സിൽ അന്തർലീനം വയ്ക്കുന്ന കഴിവുകളും ഉണർന്ന് അറിവിൻ്റെ പുതിയ ഉള്ളറകൾ തുറക്കും. മനസ്സിൻ്റെ ശക്തിക്ക് പരിമിതികളില്ല. ഈ സത്യം നമ്മുടെ ഋഷീശ്വരന്മാർ യുഗങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പേ അറിഞ്ഞതും അനുഭവിച്ചതുമാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ആധുനിക സയൻസും അത് അംഗീകരിക്കുന്നു. ഈ പ്രപഞ്ചത്തിലെ അറിവുകൾ മുഴുവനും ഗ്രഹിക്കാനും സൂക്ഷിക്കാനും കഴിവുള്ള അത്യത്ഭുതമായ ഒരു കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറാണ് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സ്. സാധാരണ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ ജഡമാണ്. അതിന് അതിൻ്റെതായ കഴിവുകളില്ല. നമ്മളതിൽ ഊട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്ന വിവരങ്ങളാണ് അത് നമുക്ക് നൽകുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ നമ്മുടെ ആന്തരിക ശക്തി അങ്ങനെയല്ല. അത് സ്വയം പ്രകാശിക്കുന്ന അറിവ് തന്നെയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് മക്കൾ ശ്രമിക്കുക, ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുക. പരിമിതികളും പ്രതിബന്ധങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാകും. തളരാതെ മുന്നോട്ട് പോവുക. ശലഭങ്ങളെ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലേ, നിൽക്കാതെ മുന്നോട്ട് പറന്നുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതിന് തേൻ നുകരാൻ കഴിയുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ കർമ്മരംഗത്ത് നമ്മൾ മുന്നോട്ട് ചലിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ ജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ മധു നുകരാനും മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് പകരാനും സാധിക്കും. മുന്നോട്ട് 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 എന്നതായിരിക്കണം നമ്മുടെ മന്ത്രം. വെറും ഒച്ചിൻ്റെ ഒരു കഥ അമ്മ ഓർക്കുകയാണ്. അവർക്ക് കുറേ ഒച്ചകളോട് ഇഴഞ്ഞിഴഞ്ഞ് വടക്കോട്ട് പോവാണ്. അപ്പോൾ മുകളിൽ കൂടി കുറേ പക്ഷികൾ വടക്കുന്ന തെക്കോട്ട് പോവാണ്. ആ പക്ഷികൾ ഒച്ചിനോട് ചോദിച്ച്, നിങ്ങൾ എങ്ങോട്ട് പോവുകയാണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ ഒച്ചുകൾ പറഞ്ഞ്, ഞങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന കാടിൽ, വടക്കൊരു കാടുണ്ട്, ആ കാട്ടിലേക്ക് പോവാണ്. അപ്പോൾ പക്ഷികൾ പറഞ്ഞ്, ഞങ്ങൾ അവിടെ പോയിട്ട് യാതൊരു കാര്യമില്ല, ഞങ്ങൾ ആ കാട്ടിൽ നിന്നാണ് വരുന്നത്. അവിടുത്തെ വൃക്ഷങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഉണങ്ങി നിൽക്കുക, ഒരില പോലും ഇല്ലാതെ ഉണങ്ങി നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾ തിരിഞ്ഞു പോകൂ എന്ന് പക്ഷികൾ ഒച്ചുകളോട് പറയുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒച്ചുകൾ പക്ഷികളോട് പറയുകയാണ്, ഞങ്ങളവിടെ ഇഴഞ്ഞ് ചെല്ലുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ആ വൃക്ഷങ്ങൾ തളിരിടാൻ തുടങ്ങലാണ്. അതുപോലെ ആയിരിക്കണം നമ്മൾ. അതുപോലെ മുന്നിലൊന്നും കണ്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ തന്നെ ഇരിക്കും. നമ്മൾ റിസർച്ചിൽ നമ്മൾക്കൊന്നും ചിലപ്പോൾ കിട്ടയില്ലായിരിക്കും, പല തടസ്സങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാകും. തളരാതെ നമ്മൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകണം. പണ്ട് എത്രയോ പട്ടിണി മരണം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ഇപ്പം ഒരു 80% അതിൽ വ്യത്യാസം വന്നു. അങ്ങനെ എത്രയോ കാര്യങ്ങൾ സയൻറ്റിസ്റ്റായ മക്കൾക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. ജീവിതത്തിൽ രണ്ട് തരത്തിലുള്ള സാഹചര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടാവും. ചിലത് പ്രയത്നിച്ച് നേടേണ്ട, ചിലത് സ്വീകരിക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. ഉദാഹരണം, ശരീരത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ 5 സെല്ലേ ഉള്ളു. എത്ര മരുന്ന് കഴിച്ചാലും, എത്ര ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചാലും, എത്ര ആസനങ്ങൾ ചെയ്താലും, കാല് കീഴ്ക്കാൻ നോക്കിയിട്ട് കെട്ടിയിട്ടാലും നീളം വയ്ക്കാൻ പോകുന്നില്ല. അത് നമ്മൾ സ്വീകരിക്കുക തന്നെ വേണം. ചിലത് പ്രയത്നിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, പരീക്ഷയ്ക്ക് തോറ്റു, വിധിയൊന്നും കണ്ടിരിക്കുമോ, പിന്നെയും പ്രയത്നിക്കും. ഇന്നൊരു ജോലി കിട്ടിയില്ല, വിധിയൊന്നും കണ്ടിരിക്കും, പിന്നെയും നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ചില പ്രയത്നിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, ചിലത് സ്വീകരിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. മക്കൾ തളരരുത്. ചിലപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വിചാരിച്ചതാണെങ്കിലും തളരാതെ ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മക്കൾ ഇരിക്കുക. തളരാൻ പാടില്ല. നമ്മുടെ കാഴ്ചപ്പാടിൽ ഈശ്വരന് നമ്മുടെ ഇതൊന്നും വേണ്ട. അതായത് സൂര്യന് മെഴുകുതിരിയുടെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. സൂര്യന് മെഴുകുതിരി പ്രകാശം കൊണ്ട് എന്താണ് ഫലം? ഈശ്വരൻ നമ്മുടെ ഇതൊന്നും വേണ്ട. ഒരു നദിക്ക് ഓടവെള്ളം കുടിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല, പക്ഷെ ഓടയ്ക്ക് നദിവെള്ളം ആവശ്യമാണ്. ആ നദിവെള്ളം കോരിയോടെ വൃത്തിയാക്കുന്നത് പോലെ മക്കളുടെ കഴിവ് മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് പകരണം. മറ്റുള്ള ഓടയെന്നല്ല, അവരങ്ങനെ തളച്ചിട്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, അടച്ചു വെച്ചിരിക്കുക. അവരെ നമ്മളിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരണം, നമ്മൾ അവരിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലണം. അണുകുടുംബം പോലെയാണ്. ഒരു കുട്ടി, ചിലപ്പോൾ 2 കുട്ടി പരസ്പര കാരുണ്യം നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് വരികയാണ്. സിറ്റി ഇപ്പം നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒറ്റപ്പെട്ട ദ്വീപ് പോലാണ്, ഗ്രാമപരിസംഖ്യയുടെ കണ്ണി പോലാണ്. വികസനം പട്ടണത്തിൽ മാത്രം നിൽക്കുന്ന പോലെ ആണ് ഇപ്പോഴും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. ഗ്രാമത്തിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലുന്നില്ല. ആ ഗ്രാമത്തിൻ്റെ തനിമയെ നശിപ്പിക്കണമെന്നില്ല, എന്നാലും അവരുടെ ആ കാരുണ്യം, സ്നേഹം, അത് നശിപ്പിക്കാതെ നമ്മൾ അവരിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങി ചെല്ലണം. അപ്പോൾ ഏതൊരു കോളേജിനെ എടുത്ത് നോക്കുമ്പം അവരെത്ര ഫണ്ട് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് എത്ര പേപ്പർ എഴുതി, ഇതൊക്കെ നോക്കിയിട്ടാണ് റാങ്കിങ് നിശ്ചയിക്കുന്നത്. ആ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളിലുള്ള ജനങ്ങളുടെ ദുഃഖങ്ങളും കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകളും ഈ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെ അവരുടെ പഠിത്തത്തിൽ ഇതുകൂടി ചേർക്കണം. ആ ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോയി അവരുടെ ജീവിതം ഇവർ കാണണം, കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കണം. അപ്പോഴങ്ങനെ കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുമ്പം ഇവരെന്തെടുക്കുമ്പോഴും കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നവരെ ഓർക്കും. ഗ്രാമത്തിലുള്ളവരുടെ ത്യാഗമാണ് പട്ടണത്തിലുള്ളവരുടെ ജീവനെ നിലനിർത്തുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ അവരുടെ ആരോഗ്യത്തിനോ ഒന്നും നമ്മൾ അവരുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ പലരും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളവിടെ കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നവരുടെ മനസ്സലിയും. നമ്മൾ ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ടുപോയപ്പോൾ ഒരു 50% കുട്ടികളിലും ആ വ്യത്യാസം വന്നു. ആഡംബര ജീവിതത്തിൽ നിന്നും വേസ്റ്റുകളിൽ നിന്നും അവരെ ഓർത്ത് സഹായിക്കാനുള്ള മനോഭാവങ്ങൾ പലരും കാണാനിടയായി. അപ്പോൾ ആ കാരുണ്യത്തിൻ്റെ മനസ്സ് കൊണ്ടുവന്നാൽ ശരിയായുള്ള വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം വ്യക്തി മനസ്സിന് വ്യാപ്ത മനസ്സിലേക്ക് പോകണം. നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പക്ഷിയെപ്പോലെ പറക്കാനും മത്സ്യത്തെപ്പോലെ നീന്താനും പഠിച്ച് മനുഷ്യരെപ്പോലെ നടക്കാനും ജീവിക്കാനും മറന്നു പോവുകയാണ്. അപ്പം അതുകൊണ്ട് ശരിയായ ഒരു നല്ല മനുഷ്യനാകാൻ ഈ ഒരു ഭാവം കൂടെ കോളേജുകളിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് പഠന വിഷയമാക്കിയാലും നന്നായിരിക്കുമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ സനാതനധർമ്മത്തിൽ സെട്ടി സെറ്റാവൻ രണ്ടല്ലെന്ന് പറയാമല്ലോ. സമുദ്രത്തിലും വെള്ളമുണ്ട്, തിരയിലും വെള്ളമുണ്ട്. സ്വർണത്തിലും കമ്മലും മാലയുണ്ട്, കമ്മലും മാലിലും സ്വർണ്ണമുണ്ട്. രണ്ടിലും അടിസ്ഥാനം സ്വർണ്ണമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ സൃഷ്ടിയെ സൃഷ്ടാവായി കണ്ട് സേവിക്കുക, സ്നേഹിക്കുക, അതാണ് സനാതനധർമ്മം നമ്മളോട് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു പ്ലെയിൻ്റെ എൻജിൻ കേടായാലും പറക്കുകയില്ല, സ്ക്രൂവിലെല്ലാം പറക്കാൻ സാധിക്കില്ല. ഒന്നും നിസ്സാരമല്ല നമുക്ക്. ഇത് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഓർക്കുന്നൊരു സംഭവം, ഒരു നാൽക്കാല കവലയിൽ ഒരു വിഗ്രഹം വരുന്നു. ആ വിഗ്രഹം ഇങ്ങനെ രണ്ട് കൈയും പൊക്കിയിട്ട് കൈ പൊക്കി പിടിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന വിഗ്രഹമാണ്. കഴുത്തിലൊരു തകിടിൽ രണ്ട് കൈയും പൊക്കിയിട്ട് എൻ്റെ കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്നാണ് അതിനകത്ത് എഴുതിയിരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് നാൾ കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഏതോ കാരണം കൊണ്ട് കൈ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു. അപ്പോൾ ചുറ്റുമുള്ള ഗ്രാമവാസികൾ പറഞ്ഞു, ഈ വിഗ്രഹം കൈയോട്ട് ഇല്ലതാനും കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്ന് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നു, അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ വിഗ്രഹം മാറ്റി വയ്ക്കാം. ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് പറഞ്ഞു. ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് പറഞ്ഞതല്ല, അത് ഇങ്ങനെ കൈകൾ ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പിടിപ്പിച്ചാൽ മതി, മാറ്റേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. വേറെ പ്രായം എന്നൊരു അച്ഛൻ പറഞ്ഞു, കൈകൾ വയ്ക്കുകയും ചെയ്യേണ്ട, മാറ്റുകയും വേണ്ട. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ കൈകളില്ല, പിന്നെ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന തകിടിൽ ഇതിൻ്റെ വല്ല കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ ആ പ്രായം അച്ഛൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ആ തരകത്തിൻ്റെ അടിയിൽ എഴുതിയിരിക്കും, എൻ്റെ കൈ നിങ്ങളിലൂടെ. അപ്പോൾ ഈശ്വരൻ്റെ കൈ നമ്മളിലൂടെയാണ്, നമ്മുടെ കണ്ണിലൂടെയാണ്, നമ്മുടെ ചെവിയിലൂടെയാണ്. സാധാരണക്കാരനൊരു പോസ്റ്റാണ്, തപസ്യ ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ശക്തി ധ്യാനം കൊണ്ടും മനോഭാവം കൊണ്ടും ഉദ്ധരിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. അതോടെ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് കൊടുക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് അത് പാല് തിളച്ച് തുളുമ്പുന്ന പോലെ നമ്മൾ വ്യക്തി മനസ്സ് വ്യാപ്ത മനസ്സിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോകും. കാരുണ്യം. അമ്മ ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ ജനിച്ചതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളുടെ സംസ്കാരം അറിയാം, കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകൾ ഒത്തിരി അമ്മ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അമ്മ ഈ ഒരു നോട്ട് എടുത്ത് വെച്ചത്. അനേക സംഭവങ്ങൾ ഒരു സംഭവം പറയാം. ഒരിക്കൽ അമ്മ ഒരു കുഞ്ഞിനെ ഇളയ സഹോദരനെയും കൊണ്ട് ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പോകുമ്പം ഒരു മോള് ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ തന്നെ കിടന്ന് ഇങ്ങനെ ഉരുണ്ട് വിളി വയ്ക്കുകയാണ്. കരഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും, 2-3 മണിക്കൂർ കൊണ്ട് കരഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടേ വിളി വെച്ച് ഒരു പ്രസവ വേദന പോലെ കിടന്ന് വിളി വയ്ക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. വേദന കൊണ്ട് പൊളയാ, കിഡ്നിക്ക് കല്ലായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ ഞാൻ കുഞ്ഞു സഹോദരനെയും കൊണ്ട് ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പോയി ചീട്ടെടുത്തു, ഡോക്ടറെ കണ്ട് തിരിച്ചു വന്നപ്പോഴും ഒരു കരയാണ്. അപ്പം എൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ എൻ്റെ അമ്മ അന്ന് 15 പൈസ തന്നയച്ചു. ഇളയ സഹോദരന് 2 ദോശയും ഒരു ചായയും വാങ്ങിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ ഈ 15 പൈസ എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുണ്ട്. അത് പിടിച്ച് വിളി വയ്ക്കുന്ന അടുത്തേക്ക് പോയി. ആൾക്കാർ കൂടി നിൽക്കുന്നു, കുറേ ആൾക്കാർ കൂടി നിൽക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഞാനിത് നോക്കി നിന്നു. എന്താണെന്ന് അന്വേഷിച്ചേ. പറഞ്ഞു, ഒരു സൂചിയാണ് ഇവിടെ ഉള്ളത്, അത് ആ സൂചി ഒരാൾക്ക് കുത്തിവെക്കും, പിന്നെ വെള്ളത്തിലിട്ട് തിളപ്പിക്കും, എന്നിട്ട് അടുത്ത അതേ സൂചി കൊണ്ട് കുത്തിവെക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് ഇവിടെ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. കറണ്ട് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ കുത്തിവയ്പ്പ് നടക്കില്ല. 10 പൈസ കൊടുത്താൽ സ്പിരിറ്റുള്ള വെള്ളം ഒരു ചെറിയ കുപ്പി കിട്ടും. അത് മേടിച്ചു കൊടുത്താൽ അത് വെച്ച് വരെ ഈ സൂചി കഴുകിയിട്ട് അടുത്താക്കി ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യും. അത് അവരവർ വാങ്ങിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് കൊടുക്കണം. അപ്പം ഈ വിളിവിക്കുന്ന അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ആ 10 പൈസയില്ല വാങ്ങിച്ചു കൊടുക്കാൻ. 10 പൈസ ഇല്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ടാണ് 4-5 മണിക്കൂർ കൊണ്ട് അമ്മ വിളിവയ്ക്കുകയാണ്. അമ്മ 10 പൈസ കൊടുത്തു, അവർ മരുന്നും വെള്ളം മേടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് വന്ന് കഴുകി കുത്തിവെച്ചു കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ അമ്മയുടെ വിളി തീർന്നു. പിന്നെ മൂത്രം പോയി. ഇത് ചെറിയൊരു സംഭവം, ലക്ഷക്കണക്കിന് സംഭവം അമ്മയ്ക്ക് അറിയാം. 1000 രൂപയുടെ വാച്ചിട്ടെല്ലാം സമയം അറിയാം, 1,00,000 രൂപയുടെ വാച്ചിട്ടെല്ലാം സമയം അറിയാം. ആവശ്യത്തിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് മറ്റുള്ളവരെ കൂടി പരിഗണിക്കുന്നൊരു മനോഭാവം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ടാകാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ്. കുറച്ചെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടാകാൻ അത്രയും നല്ലത്. സമൂഹത്തിനും ജനങ്ങൾക്കും, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാമങ്ങൾക്കും നന്മയും വികാസവും ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന മക്കളുടെ എല്ലാ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾക്കും ഒപ്പം അമ്മയുണ്ട്. അറിവിൻ്റെ പുതിയ മേഖല കണ്ടെത്താനും ലോകത്തിന് ഉപകാരപ്രദമായ സംഭാവന നൽകാനും മക്കൾക്ക് കർമ്മവീര്യവും ആത്മശക്തിയും തെളിഞ്ഞ ബുദ്ധിയും ഉണ്ടാകാൻ മക്കളെ പരമാത്മാവ് തന്നെ സമർപ്പിക്കുന്നു.
Truly, like our Chancellor said, Amrita is one such university where research goes beyond the confines of commercial success and endeavors to resolve real-life problems of the rural community. Our heartfelt gratitude to Amma for her blessings and wisdom that inspire us to push the boundaries of knowledge for the benefit of the society. We now invite Dr. Manisha Vinodini Ramesh, Provost, Strategic Initiatives, International Research and Innovation, AI plus X, Dean School of Sustainable Futures, Dean International Programs, UNESCO Chair on Experiential Learning for Sustainable Innovation and Development, Director, Amrita Center for Wireless Research, Wireless Networks and Applications, to share insights into the vibrant research and innovation system of Amrita Vidyapeetham.
श्री नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः। तस्मै श्री अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः। तस्मै श्री अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः। Pranams at Amma's lotus feet. My humble pranams to each of you. Respected Ms. Vasanthi Ramesh, the Managing Director and Vice President of Engineering, NETAP India. Dr. Shashank Priya, Vice President for Research and Innovation, University of Minnesota, USA. Sambhujya Swami Sri Amrita Swarupanandapuri, President, Amrita Vidyapeetham. Dr. Arnachalam Madakanan, Professor, the Polytechnic School, Arizona State University. Dr. Vipin Chowdhury, Department Chair, Case School of Engineering, Case Western Reserve University. Dr. Venkat Rangan, Vice Chancellor, Amrita Vidyapeetham. Dr. Geeta Kumar, Dean, Amrita School of Physical Sciences. Dr. Shashankan Ramanathan, Dean, Amrita School of Engineering. Pranams to all. My humble pranams to each of you. A heartfelt welcome to one and all to the second edition of Amrita Research and Innovation Symposium for Excellence Arise 2025. We are very fortunate to be part of Amrita Vidyapeetham, born out of the vision of the world-renowned humanitarian Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, commonly known as Amma. From the university's inception until today, at every step, Amma has guided us on the pathways to be adopted for achieving the vision, education for life and education for living, compassion-driven research, and global impact. Arise is yet another landmark born from Amma's vision to foster collaborative research and innovation rooted in love and compassion to solve global challenges. Amma says scientific research is for societal benefit. Amma further explains that there is no doubt that attaining new knowledge, conducting research, and pursuing innovation greatly contributes to the progress and development of individuals as well as the nation. However, most often the direct beneficiaries of such knowledge are privileged, educated people in cities. Research should benefit the common people. At the same time, we should be careful to safeguard the serenity, beauty, and culture of our rural villages. Only then will the nation's progress become complete. Only a value-based research program can pave the way for such balanced progress. We have to move forward, keeping this goal in mind. Arise is a unique opportunity provided by Amma to all of us to deliberate, define, and develop pathways for identifying the most pressing needs of the world and solve them through the interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary approaches. Arise is the platform that helps us in raising the self-centered goals to selfless societal goals by building solutions that are useful for others, making people and communities happier, for reducing their suffering. Let us see how our Chancellor has brought in initiatives which has also delivered a unique ecosystem to achieve this. So as you all know that the whole world, if you look, we can see a widening gap of science and technology moving very fast, advancing very fast. At the same time, the quality of life and environment are rapidly degrading. How can we translate the advances to uplifting the villagers at the bottom of the pyramid and create a sustainable future for all is one of the major challenges the whole educational system is looking forward. What Amrita is blessed with is the seeds of compassion directly coming from our Chancellor Amma, who is in contact with the people all the time, hearing their sorrows, their pain points, and alleviating that day in and day out for more than 40 years. So what are we looking forward naturally is to raise from self-centered goals to selfless societal goals with the guidance of Amma by building solutions that are useful for others and making people and communities happier by reducing their suffering. With this approach, last year, 2024, when Arise program Amma has initiated for all of us to sit together and deliberate on what are our strengths, how can we work together to contribute for the society. All of us together has actually developed this major 6 thematic areas which we would like to work on. One, health, information, intelligence and immersion, smart, sustainable and resilient cities and communities, ecosystem restoration and management, education for life, knowledge, awareness, interconnectedness, empowered citizens and organizations. And during the program, in each of the pillar under different thematic sessions, we had deliberated very deep into each of those areas and worked out what are the interdisciplinary pathways we could actually work on and take forward. Really, we could, all of us together has brought in almost more than 150 research pathways last year to take forward for solving the world's challenges. The pathway which Amma has put in, where the university will work with each and every faculty, engage with them, enable them, empower them and enhance and provide them the experience to build the academic excellence, research excellence, innovation excellence, and global impact by working together with students, faculty, researchers, community, research organization, partner universities, and industry partners. This has been achieved by building a unique combination of research and innovation ecosystem where faculty, students, and researchers work together. And the university has brought in a concept of thrust area research, where the tag groups actually work together. They have identified where are our strengths, and they have formed smaller tag groups. They've made it as a thrust group, and they've worked together. And the funding sources has been, in the university, the funding sources has been provided to the tag groups and towards the research. And within last 2 years, what the major change we have brought in also decentralization in the university, where the university has, for each school, there is a research committee was formed and research heads were put in, who work with the tag groups to help us to build thematic research center schools and also university-wide multidisciplinary research centers and international research centers to take forward So a team of researchers from the university worked together to achieve this and to foster the collaboration between the interdisciplinary areas. Under the direct guidance of our Chancellor, each school has brought in the tag groups and also thematic research centers, and multidisciplinary research centers has been spanned across the different campuses has been brought in. And to enhance our collaborations, a specific division of AI plus X strategic initiatives has been initiated, and that also helped us, along with the School for Sustainable Futures, helped us to actually build the interlinkages between the university. To take forward the innovation, Office of the Patents and IP, Office of Sponsored Research, Institutional Ethics Committee has been formed to take forward. All of this has been advised by a Research and Innovation Advisory Board. The Office of the Provost looks into the research policy, research and innovation initiatives, strategic initiatives, industry collaboration and CSR, international collaborations, grants and proposals, research awards, fellowships, startup initiatives, research outcome, facilities necessary. So over the years, this has actually helped us to move forward, starting with education for life to building centers of excellence in different areas. One, health, ubiquitous artificial intelligence, technology, and entrepreneurship became very key in the university. Looking into ecosystem restoration and management, sustainability initiatives, bringing in global recognition and initiatives, global leadership and governance under the direct guidance of AMMA, and innovations for societal impact, where our core philosophy became what AMMA has told us to look into it. If we could transform compassion from a mere word into a path of action, we would be able to solve 90% of the world's humanitarian problems. This has helped us to actually build innovations focused on the specific challenges, interdisciplinary approach, resource mobilization, global partner network, research encouragement, and international events, and building the interdisciplinary approach with synergy across the multiple specialities and schools. Along with that, programs and schemes for promoting international networking and collaborations for both students and faculty has been brought in. So there is a very specific pathway of progress has been put in, both for internationalization and industry collaborations, starting with general MOUs, looking into professor of practice, adjunct faculty, short-term programs, leading to research proposals, publications, integrated programs, and building research centers where joint research projects, multi-faculty, multi-student papers, patents, thematic collaborations, and also double PhD, etc., has been the different outcomes these collaborations started bringing in. To encourage the research, we have actually put in a lot of effort on building joint centers, increasing the publications, scholarships, substantially increasing the recruitment of PhD faculty, research funding, and building socially relevant projects and initiatives, and also building manufacturing training capacities, moving forward with 248 fellowship for advanced studies abroad, 50 plus crore seed money, and 1,500 plus number of JRFs and SRFs with 436 number of PhD students graduating. All of this has been also helped us to build larger collaboration. As of today, we have collaborations with more than 300 plus top universities in the world, in different forms, in research, in academic side, also with respect to student exchange, etc., with different. Industry focus, we are selected as one of the top incubators in the country under the Niti Aayog assessment. And as of today, $118 million funding has been raised. We are number one in top award has been received for our technology business incubator, and working with a lot of startup ideas, and also 330 million startup funding. A large collaboration with industry fostered by our corporate and industry relations office, which is helping all the campuses also to bring in the larger industry portfolio and to work with them together. What makes us different is the sustainable and innovation development through the Live-in Labs program, the experiential learning program, where as of today, we are working with more than 2,000 plus communities, with more than 25 plus states spanned across more than 200 plus projects in different areas of energy and environment, water and sanitation, health and hygiene, livelihood, skill and development, education and gender equality, waste management and infrastructure, agriculture and risk management, which also led us to receive the World Award, the THE Award for Outstanding Contribution to Environmental Leadership for the university, the Times Higher Education contribution. And these moved forward to different research outcomes with research funding spanning more than 500 crores and with internal funding more than 250 crores and external going. We have also has steadily increased the publication, and all this has contributed. Now I will just bring in some glimpses of Arise 2024. Arise 2024 had a multi-level engagement where all campus meeting happened at Amritapuri and specific campus level meetings also happened in Arise 2024. At Amritapuri, we had more than 600 plus researchers from 8 campuses from 40 schools working on 6 challenges on 12 thematic areas with more than 30 plus invited speakers, where they work together for co-creating, building the collective intelligence, and the actionable research strategy has been brought in. After that, there are other faculty who are left out in the campuses. So we actually moved to different campuses. Each of the campuses we have conducted arrays and collected their input also, so that a bottom-up approach was brought in, where all of their ideas has been brought in into the building of the interdisciplinary research pathway, where this university will work for the next 3 years. And multiple teams they have worked on in each of these areas in all the campuses, which has resulted in bringing in these interdisciplinary pathways by collaboration among the faculty from multiple disciplinary domains in each of the thematic area. I just skip these slides actually, because you can see that in each of them, you will have like social science faculty, business, spiritual and cultural studies, engineering, biotechnology. They all sat together and build the interdisciplinary research pathways. This has led to an increase of collaboration, the partnership with other universities. In the last 1 year, more than 50 plus partnership we could bring in. Seed grant of more than 82 plus funded seed grant has been given from the university. 32 patents got granted. Publications became 4,784 plus in just 1 year for this university, which is just 21 years in existence. And also building research hubs, advisory board, dissemination activities itself. As you can see, the publications, if you see that 2021 and 2023, 24, there is a tremendous increase in the grants which has come in, also from the top tier 1 and tier 2 papers in this university in a year's time, which we feel that Arise also must have contributed to a bigger level to make the faculty to work together to take forward this initiative. If you see that it is not just one campus, each and every campus, there was an increase in there, even the youngest one from Amravati to Faridabad, every campus, even the oldest Coimbatore, you can see that there is a tremendous increase from the last year to the 2023 to 2024 numbers. Also, each of the faculty last year, we were able to give IRA award. Last year, the IRA award contributed to about 4.6 crore, and this year it goes beyond 8 crores actually. The IRA award for actually giving for the incentivizing and also promoting what you have brought in, which basically bringing in 65.2% surge, fueling the future of innovation. The rise in publication, as I told you, the total publications and also Q1 and Q2. And you can see that when the total publication increased 52, there is a major shift. You can see the Q1 increased to 118% in just 1 year in this university. Along with that, collaborative research publications with international publications with co-authored has also, we have seen a tremendous increase over the years we are able to see. And there's a steady increase in contribution to the SDGs. So if you can see 2021, if it is 841, 2024, it became 1,324. So there is a steady increase also in contributing not only the solutions, also with respect to research outcomes. The quality also has improved with respect to 2023 to 2024. The percentage of publication in top 10% journal has increased to 16.6%. and percentage of publication top 10 most cited publications 21.1%. The granted patents 3.7x increase in filed patents since 2022 and 2x increase in granted patents. So you can see from 36 to 76. And at the same time, for the 2024, we were able to give a seed grant of nearly 17 crore. We had received 250 proposals. 4 levels of evaluation happened in the university by different faculty committees. And based on that, after that, 82 proposals has been funded. Under that funding, 39 PhD scholars have been recruited and 24 research assistants has been recruited to promote the research and to help the faculty and support to take forward their research initiatives. The research infrastructure in all the campuses, not about the buildings, I'm talking about the equipments. More than 30 crores funding has been plotted in all around different campuses. And also for the article processing also, nearly 2 crores of funding has been put in for the open access initiatives which the faculty wanted to take forward. So in that 1 year of time, seed grant projects, article processing, IRA awards, all those things has been provided for the research initiative to come in. And all these things also led to increase in internationalization with 51 MOUs, 26 student mobility, 9 joint centers. We are proud to say that we even have a research center which with Stanford in Mama's name, where Dr. Venkat has done a key role in bringing in that. 30 medical observership, 50 university strategic collaborations, 210 international visits. And in the last year, we have actually visited 259 professors internationally and trying to build the collaborations which are taking forward the initiatives further. Not only internationally, nationally also, we were able to move forward in different angles with different states, with Odisha, with Karnataka, and also with different countries, and building joint centers with TU Delft, where faculty from different campuses working on water, sanitation, etc., work together and made a collaborative center with TU Delft. We also signed research center with UC Davis on AI plus X and other universities which we have moved forward. And large with the state level MOU signed with Odisha, Karnataka on climate change and also early warning systems for multi-hazards. All the research proposals, the interdisciplinary research pathways which you have put forward has been then later taken up as a research proposal call, and that has been floated in the university. And based on that, we have received as of today 153 proposals from all the campuses. Soon the review will be starting, and which will also lead to a larger seed grant supporting the interdisciplinary pathways. And over the years, we also built the division of AI plus X in multiple areas on genetic code sequencing, disaster early warning, healthcare, disability support, surveillance, cybersecurity, digital twins, natural language processing, assistive technology, and way more than that. Major initiative from the Provost Office is also looking into bringing in research policies and committees, where we built the data governance policy, sustainable campus policy, ethics committee with more than 150 cases just for social science area itself, publication policy. Like that, the governance side on policy building also has been improving over the years. We started building our research and innovation advisory board. Thank you to all the faculty who has agreed, the experts who has agreed to be in the committee, and they are guiding us to move forward also. And they are looking into all the strategic initiatives, what we should do and what are the pathways we should look into it. Large scale of research dissemination and also with coming in how we have to have the knowledge transmission has also been looked into it, and started building different research hubs on specific areas with specific funding from Amrita University to take forward these initiatives. I'll quickly move forward to one of the major thing is in all this work, what we are looking forward is what are the measurable progress we can bring in, what are the integrated pathways, the technology solutions, global priorities and local challenges, societal impact and spiritual wisdom. All of these things has been looked into it and taken forward, and which has been brought in as a research strategy document, which will be launched today. And today, the day of a day where we are starting Arise 2025 with the vision to create transformative research ecosystem. And we are looking into different working sessions, presentations, keynote addresses, workshops, strategy discussions, etc., where we are looking into emerging horizons, starting the course for future research and innovation, emerging frontiers which achieving high quality research through deep collaboration, AI horizon, transforming domains through intelligent innovation, impactful research that makes a significant difference, vision to impact, nurturing innovation ecosystem, transforming domains, and building. Through this meeting, we are now moving one more level, where last time we have worked on a bottom-up approach of coming up with integrated research pathway. This year, we focus on a top-down approach plus the bottom-up approach together, a hybrid approach, where we will define what are the strategic research hubs this university needs to have. At the same time, to build that, what are the research centers we need to have, and how the research centers are getting connected to the research hubs. So, and same way, we are also going to work together to solve challenges from 50 communities. So there will be one workshop where real challenge from the field will be given to each one of you, and you will be working on that challenge and working together to say that how we can solve it, and the proposals will be developed. Looking into also how patenting process has to be brought in, ideas to patent, driving CSR forward, and how the academic role of research and academic partnership, science and technology, writing high quality publications, and international cooperations will be there. So all of these we are looking forward to work with each one of you. And we hope that we will be able to work together to achieve Amma's vision. And as Amma says, it is Amma's prayer that we develop the expansive mindedness to embrace both scientific knowledge and spiritual wisdom. We can no longer afford to see these two streams of knowledge flowing in opposite direction. In truth, they complement one another. If we merge these streams, we will find that we can create a mighty river, a river whose waters can remove suffering and spread life to all of humanity. I hope we will all able to be work together to achieve what Amma's vision is. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Manisha, for that quick overview of the unique research ecosystem at Amrita and enlightening us on the pathway ahead for the participants of Arise 2025. Next, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Vasanti Ramesh, Managing Director, NetApp India, to address the gathering. Ms. Vasanti Ramesh is the Managing Director and the Vice President of Engineering at NetApp. With over 3 decades of experience in leadership positions, she is recognized as a distinguished executive regarded for her ability to deliver high-performing and scalable products. She is also a strong advocate for women leaders and is a member of many advocacy groups in various government organizations. Welcome, Ms. Vasanti.
My namaskarams to Amma, to Swamiji. Good morning to all of you. I'm actually very humbled and honored to be here today in the presence of Amma and Swamiji, the distinguished guests, the esteemed faculty, the PhD students, the research scholars, and the students of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. We are all here today because, it's the basic human curiosity. It's the way we are having the creative thinking, the ability to experiment, to find patterns, to analyze, and to be able to derive insights. This is this basic strength in us that has brought us all over here. And all of you listen to Amma's speech. It is research that is what has created a bigger impact on the human beings. And taking this research everywhere and creating these innovative products is what makes mankind the most successful creature in this world, right? And we have seen in the past that innovation and research has actually enabled humans to survive better, to increase their lifespan, to be able to sustain in harsh conditions, to able to mass produce so that we are able to eliminate scarcity. It is all of this that has created long waves of innovation and research. And we have seen different types of innovation phases, whether it was electricity, whether it was steel, steam, mechanization, industrialization, the whole internet era, the digital part, and today it's all Gen AI and AI ML. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about technologies. There are a lot of very smart people here who know about the technologies, who know about how to use them and what is the impact of this. But I'm going to focus on something from where I come. I come from the land of data. And today I'm going to talk about data. And this digital world that we are in has generated enormous amount of data. Data so much that we can no longer contain it, manage it, maintain it. Now, with the explosion of data that we are having, we are trying to figure out very clever algorithms that will help us actually manage this data. And how are we going to go about in the future using new technologies and to work with this? So for me, I think the most important thing is you need to treat your data with a lot of respect, because every organization today is a data organization. Every industry today is a network of data. And with this expounding data that we have a lot of answers to problems that's locked in it. We need to make sure that we unlock this information. I'm going to start, why am I going to tell this? I'm going to go back a little bit in my experience. I have for a very long time worked in e-commerce. And one of the problems that I initially solved was when you get to a product page, I'm sure you'll see the delivery time, when it will be delivered. It's a very important piece of information because that's how a customer decides whether they want to add it to the cart or no. That's a conversion thing. It's a very important piece of information, simple piece of information, but a very complex problem. Especially if you're working in a pure marketplace, you have more than 150,000 sellers who are selling on your platform. They'll be using around 200 to 300 different couriers from going from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 cities and the last mile too. Plus, you also have around 20 million plus customers whom you're serving to. So look at the network, 150,000 sellers, more than 200 couriers, and around 20 to 25 million customers. And there is no service level agreements with any of the couriers, with any of the sellers. There is no automation. There is no technology that is there in a lot of these things. It's a very rural setup, even when you look at it at a very macro level, at a country level. How do you get this SLA of what it takes to deliver this product when a customer is on a product page? The most important thing when we came up with this challenge was we had like years of transactional data that was sitting in our systems. For 10 years or so, we have been selling products. We know when a product is sold, what is the PIN code of the customer, what is the PIN code of the seller, what was the time that it took. And these patterns are something that don't change for long. And we had to use a very basic classification model at that time. I'm talking about almost 12 years back, to tell that little service delivery of 2 hours, 2 days, and when your product will reach you. So our under promise was almost like around 98%, and our over promise was almost like only around 2%. So that's a great number for us to come to talk about. So that's the importance of data. You don't realize how you can use it, when you can use it, and what problems it's going to solve. So what does this mean for each and every one of us? The first step is you need to have a cohesive strategy about your data. You need to be very sure about what you're collecting. How are you going to use this data? Who has access to this data? How are you going to store this data? This is very important. And the second most important thing about the data in general is you need to treat it like a product. It's just not like information lying. It has to be a product. Today in the industry, when we build a product, we ensure that there is quality. We ensure that it is highly secure. We ensure that it is having a backtracing ability. So you need to have lineage. You need to have versioning of your information. You need to make sure that your data is secure and not actually prone to any cyber attacks. The most important thing is modernization of your infrastructure. Not just having a cohesive strategy and treating data as a product, you also need to modernize your infrastructure. I'll go back to another experience of mine. I was working in Berlin for a fashion company, and one of the jobs that I had was actually to do price optimization. It's a fast fashion company. Every 6 months, we'll be selling 1.5 million articles in 19 different countries. And one of the things we had to do was to do a dynamic price update. And this is like a price for every product, what discount we need to give. It's not, I won't say it's a complex problem. It's actually a mega problem. It might sound like it's like, oh, you need to give a price. What's the big deal? But it's a mega problem because we are a fashion company. We need to have inventory for the entire 6 months. We need to be sure that our price is on par with the competitor. We need to make sure that we have the best ROI at the end of 6 months. We need to make sure that our whatever is our price reduction that we do, our resale price, when we are discarding it, we need to factor that in. We need to factor in the environment. We need to factor in what is the current fashion trends to understand to give that pricing. So eventually we went ahead and did a predict and optimize algorithm model, a paradigm, where we had to build a demand forecaster, and then we had to also do optimization. The challenge about optimization is when you're having a lot of constraints and when you're trying to get an optimal value of discount that you want to give. We were using mixed integer programming. I'm sure a lot of mathematicians here would be aware. As more your constraints become, the compute becomes extremely difficult to come to a particular point of optimization becomes extremely complex. We had to build new algorithms for it. At the end, the moral of the story is that our compute was so expensive and so elaborate that it made us wonder, are we using the right infrastructure? We were moving data from like different data sources and trying to get it, bring up multiple instances, try to go and see how we could fork out the optimization and then get a solution. So those are the real challenges of production. From a prototype, when you go to a production, the data that you're going to work with is enormous. And that is when we realized that we need to really start thinking about modern infrastructure. Today, the world is looking at infrastructure, not taking your data to where your AI are, but bringing where AI to where your data is. We are moving into a world of a disaggregated architecture where compute and the storage are both sitting very close to each other. Why am I talking so much about data? Again, I come from data land. I have seen issues that I had with data. I have seen problems that we do when we're working with compute. But the fact that it takes around, it's predicted that it takes, it's going to be around 175 zettabytes of data by the end of 2025, almost around 175 trillion gigabytes of data. It's a problem that we as human beings have to solve now that we have created so much information. But also remember, right, when you modernize your infrastructure, you achieve two things. First thing is all of the LLMs that you're working. I saw a whole bunch of machine learning programs and AI that this organization is working with. A lot of these will help you solve problems now, not just with documentation, with audio, with video, with like code bases, which will help you increase productivity, which will help you bring efficiency, cost optimization, able to do patterns and detect patterns in medical areas. A lot of benefits of using LLM. But there are also a lot of issues that we have with large language models today. The hallucinations, the biases, and most importantly, the sustainability part. Every query in ChatGPT today takes around 4.5 grams of carbon dioxide emission, whereas in Google, when you do a Google search, it's 0.2. So you can see the scale at which we have impounded the impact on the society. So these are opportunities where we can work with. The limitations are the opportunities for us to innovate. The second big thing about modernizing about your infrastructure is also about how you prepare yourself for the future. I did see that you're working on digital twins, right? The digital twins are a big thing these days. Metaverse is a big thing. This is not science fiction. Every time people, when they look back, they say that, oh, this is science fiction. Going to the moon is science fiction. Flying is science fiction. This is not science fiction. These things are real. These things require new technologies that will actually make the current managing of data, the current compute, much more sustainable, ethical, and also to be able to manage the privacy part of it. For me, when I look at it, right, the past one day has been extremely rewarding for me. I'm sure all of us would have spent, before exam, one day got a lot of information, past exams. It's easy to gather information. What I realized is it's extremely difficult to take what your soul and your mind needs within a day. Now, what does this all imply to us? And I also had a realization yesterday. It's that it takes a simple embrace to actually impact 30 million people or more, right? Innovation is just not technology. Innovation comes in your thought, in how you evolve, in how you're actually going to think about different mechanisms that we use in our life and how we use it to impact each and every one of us. For me, when I got this opportunity, I did my own research, right? I was thinking, okay, let me read more about Amrita University. Let me read more about Amma. Let me read about what this university does. I'm super impressed. I mean, I did not know that this big university was generating so many patents, working on so many different technologies. And there are people who here are working selflessly to improve the rural community and also to make a big impact. That's why I said it's very difficult to grasp so much compassion and service in a single day. I'm going very humbled going back from this campus today because not the work that I did, but the work that I didn't do is what is baffling me. You are in this privilege today. You are in the presence of a visionary, in a humanitarian, in the presence of a compassionate leader. You're in the presence of distinguished people. You have resources, you have technologies, you have got the people with the aptitude and the attitude to do something good. All you need is the last mile. The last mile is to put your effort to take things to production. I think that's the reason why I want to talk about the production problems. Prototypes are easy to build, but to make real impact, it should be repeatable, it should be quality, and it should be something where you measure yourself with metrics and you build something that is robust enough. That's my little piece that I want to contribute to this university, and I take away a lot from all of you. Thank you.
On behalf of Amrita, thank you, Ms. Vasanthi, for your generous compliments and good wishes. We are grateful for your perspectives on building a cohesive data strategy, which will help shape better research outcomes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we request you to shift your gaze to the screen, where we have with us Dr. Shashank Priya, Vice President for Research, University of Minnesota. Shashank Priya is the University of Minnesota's VP for Research and Innovation, overseeing a $1+ billion research enterprise, technology commercialization, and corporate engagement. He has launched initiatives in biosensing, biotech, geospatial science, national security, and data science. He has over 500 publications and 12 patents. Over to you, Dr. Shashank.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me? I'm just assuming you can hear me okay. Since I can't see you all. I wanted to share some slides, but I think I can't share on my screen, so I'll just talk about these slides. First of all, thanks so much for inviting me to be part of this amazing event. And I've been listening all the speeches so far, and it's just fascinating what you are doing and the type of impact that you are achieving with your work. Actually, the University of Minnesota's research enterprise is very overlapping with what Amrita is doing, which is about making public impact and drive real world impact through the innovations and research that we do. Our research enterprise is roughly about 14,000 researchers, and our annual research expenditure is roughly about $1.3 billion. But this is our input into the system, and the output is the technology that we create and get translated into commercial world. Each year we create roughly about 25 companies or so. And since 2006, we have created about 275 companies, which allows us to make a very dramatic impact in the Minnesota's economy. But the message here is that a lot of fundamental research, very curiosity-driven research that is funded by various kinds of agencies. The outcome from this research then moves through the channel, which we call our gating process, and it finally reaches the commercial world. And I think Amrita has very similar emphasis that you're doing a lot of very fantastic research through very creative teams that are put together from different disciplines. But I just saw the presentation from your provost that there's so much technology creation that comes out of this research, and that is our real goal here, that ultimately the society is benefiting from all the work that is done by all of you as a researcher. We are also at University of Minnesota very proud of our fact that we are ranked #1 US public university in the world for interdisciplinary science, which also is very much your emphasis, that you want to bring people from a variety of different areas to solve very complex problem, and we do exactly the same thing. We are a very comprehensive university, have med school, basically medical school, engineering, agriculture, and variety of arts and humanities, all under one umbrella, all on one campus. And this allows us to do some really amazing interdisciplinary science, since you can bring people with very different skill sets. And this skill sets allows us to tackle problems which are being faced by the people in real time. And so it's, as I see the work that you are trying to do, as I said, is very, very overlapping with what Minnesota is trying to do. And I look forward to a very deep partnership between Amrita and University of Minnesota. And hopefully next year, we will be part of Arise, and maybe I will bring my delegation to be a part of this beautiful conference and network with all of you. But congratulations on all your success, and I look forward to participating in other sessions during this conference. So thanks so much, and it's a great honor and privilege to be a part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shashank. He's joining us from the US, and for highlighting those very impressive track records of University of Minnesota. We also look forward with collaborating with the same university. We're happy to now call on dais Pujya Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puri Ji, President Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, to deliver the benedictory address. Swamiji is the Vice Chairman of the Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt, the President of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. He is the head disciple of Amma. He's been living in Amritapuri Ashram since its inception in the late 1970s. He holds a master's in philosophy and is a renowned author and translator, and has written several notable books. Thank you, Swamiji.
Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Premamridanandamayyai Nityam Namo Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai. I humbly bow down at Amma's sacred lotus feet. My namaskarams and greetings to all the dignitaries, dear brothers and sisters. Being a monk, a sannyasi, I hope you don't expect a high-sounding scientific and technical speech. I will just share some basic life principles. This event is named Arise, an abbreviation for Amrita Research and Innovation Symposium for Excellence. I am reminded of a famous verse from the Kathopanishad, Uttishthada Jagrada Prapyavara Nibodhata Kshurasya Dhara Nishida Duratyaya Durgam Padastat Kavayo Vadandi, which means arise and awaken, discover the great ones and learn from them. As the sages say, the path is as sharp as a razor's edge, hard to navigate and challenging to walk. Even though this verse discusses the journey of a spiritual seeker, it's equally relevant to nearly all aspects of life. In this world, nothing is free. Nothing is free. Everything comes at a cost. The price you must pay is your hard work. However, that alone is not sufficient. While you should not leave any stone unturned, you also need the support, grace, and guidance of the unknown. Call it God, the universe, or the ultimate governing power. In other words, outstanding accomplishments, innovation, and excellence, as in the acronym ARISE, come only through austerity. Tapas. Tapa. What is tapa means? Heat. Tapam, heat or fire. You should ignite the fire within you, the fire that drives you to explore the hidden mysteries of the universe. When your inner desire to know is intense, the universe unveils its hidden treasures. All genuine discoveries arise from the researcher's profound yearning or longing or focused meditation. They may not call it meditation, but meditation is involved. Every single discovery is a revelation. I intentionally use the word discovery rather than invention because groundbreaking findings we make were already concealed in the universe's womb. We are simply rediscovering them. And in your journey to achieve your goals, something seems contradictory, always looms. It's always looming. Let us refer to it as however, the however's of life. Take Amma's life, for example. Today we see a spiritual, humanitarian, and institutional empire with millions of devotees and activities worldwide. However, this is built upon Amma's self-sacrifice, tapas, severe austerity, and the copious tears she shed while calling out to God. Throughout this journey, there was an unending procession of howevers. Amma always wanted to meditate. However, it wasn't allowed because she was a girl. Amma wanted to sing and dance. However, that was also prohibited. Amma was an excellent student. However, she quit school in the 5th grade. Amma hugged and loved both men and women equally. However, that was also criticized. Amma's heart longed to love and serve humanity. However, young men from the coastal village formed the committee to eliminate superstitious beliefs and protested. Amma continued her dharma fearlessly. However, non-believers even tried to attack and harm her. Devotees from all over the world began to converge or congregate in Kerala to be near her. However, there was no infrastructure or facilities. It's a small hut in 1979. It was endless. But did Amma budge? No. Did she stop embracing people regardless of nationality, language, religious faith, culture, caste, color, or creed? No. Did she stop meditating, singing, or dancing? No. Did she fear the atheists, rationalists, and the scandals? No. Did she stop doing what she believed was her dharma? No. Amma patiently, lovingly, compassionately, yet fearlessly and unshakably stood before all odds, transcending them and metamorphosing from an ordinary looking coastal girl to the mother of all. Amma says, I just flow like a river. Some people take bath in it, some spit, some do their laundry, others worship the river. Many dump their waste into the river, but the river just flows, accepting everything and overcoming all the obstacles in its path. Why? The river's goal is to reach and merge with the ocean. Unquote. There is a famous verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Uddhared Atmanatmanam na Atmanam avasadayed. Atmaiva Hyatmano Bindhuratmaiva Riburatmanaha. Elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and the enemy of the self. Joseph Walter Emerson wrote, if a man can write a better book, preach a better sermon, or make a better mousetrap than his neighbor, though he builds his house in the woods, the world will make a beaten path to his door. Many think creativity is only linked to artistic endeavors like singing, dancing, painting, so on and so forth. However, this is a misconception. You can apply creativity to everything, including mundane jobs. How you walk, how you talk, how you eat. You can even be creative as a sweeper, a gardener. Creativity reveals itself when you understand your strengths and weaknesses. You need to tap into your inherent potential, which may currently be dormant. No creative, intelligent person will foolishly chase after power. Rather, power comes to him or her. No intelligent person seeks to dominate others. Instead, he naturally attracts people because his primary interest is in understanding himself. I was reading our chief guest's profile, and many people comment on her saying the attractiveness of her leadership. Because she was an example to others. She inspired others. So be happy with who you are and stop complaining. Instead, love the work assigned to you and be focused. An ancient tale tells of a man weighed down by pain. He prayed to God daily, asking, why must this happen to me? Everyone else appears happy. Please relieve me of my suffering. Desperate, he proclaimed, I'm ready to bear anyone else's suffering. Mine is too much. That evening, he dreamed of God instructing everyone, the entire villagers, to bring their hardships to the temple and deposit it there. And people collected all their burdens, believing their prayers had been fulfilled. Upon arrival, God announced, now you may select any bag, any burden from this collection. And the man hurried to his own, yet others returned to theirs, content to retrieve what they recognized. Witnessing the misfortunes, the pain, the burden of others made each of them aware that their own burdens were similar or even heavier. However, they chose the comfort of their familiar struggles rather than facing the uncertainty of someone else's suffering. And the following night, the man prayed again, thanked God for the dream, and said, I will never ask again. Whatever you have given me must be for my good. When you are absolutely committed to changing your life or reaching a goal, the means to help you get there present themselves. People show up, friends lend you books, advertisements jump out and hit you. You find yourself in the right place at the right time. Similar is the case when you accept failures wholeheartedly. Then other options will open spontaneously. You will see that others will see the change in you, and they will know that you are different. Just imagine this. We have James Bond movies, right? James Bond 007. How would you feel about a James Bond 007 who constantly moaned about his villains? What if Superman whined the weather and the prices of washing powder? Wouldn't he lose a little of his charisma? Not a little. The same applies to us. We admire people who can smile when things are tough. We appreciate those who handle disappointment without throwing tantrums. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have or whether you wear designer clothes and live in ritzy suburbs. If you are a complainer, you have no style. If you ever want to make an impression on someone, for example, a boss, employee, co-worker, a friend, maybe your lover, your wife, your husband, wait for a disaster and then handle it without complaint. You will be noticed. So few people do it. Others will be impressed by your strength, and they all want you on their team. I will share 4 stories, incidents from the Indian Puranas are worth remembering. 1, when Arjuna, the unbeatable warrior, felt confused and deluded at the inevitable battlefield, our friend Lord Krishna inspired and uplifted him by imparting the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord said, you must concentrate on your goal, not to be distracted by your emotions. Relevance, modern relevance, embrace a life of purpose and vision. 2, while crossing the ocean to Lanka, Lord Hanuman faced obstacles such as strong winds, malevolent creatures, and demons. However, none could distract him or diminish his determination to reach his goal. Modern relevance, strong resolve, determination. 3, pointing to the eye of a wooden bird perched on a tree, Dronacharya, the master archer who taught the Pandavas and the Kauravas, asked them what they saw. Everyone else responded, they saw the tree, the bird, the branch, so on and so forth. Arjuna alone said, I only see the bird's eye. Modern relevance, one-pointed attention. 4. Lord Shiva challenged Lord Ganesha and Lord Kartikeya to travel around the world, and whoever returned first would receive a special prize. Upon hearing this, Kartikeya immediately zoomed off, while Ganesha went around his parents, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, and declared, my parents are my entire universe. Modern relevance, intelligent thinking, patience, presence of mind, common sense. Amma says, you are not alone. The entire universe is with you for your aid. So the secret of success is falling in love with whatever you do. And once that happens, you just fall in love. Once that happens, all other qualities such as concentration, determination, perseverance, patience, and so on will follow. Love is the secret. Ask anyone from any field how they achieve their success. They may use words such as passion, focus, determination, persistence, etc., etc., etc. However, the truth is that they had an intense love for what they did. That's the energy, the pure energy of love. So to conclude, if the researchers and scientists at Amrita genuinely wish to arise, please do not act mechanically. Please do not perform your action out of force or fear. Please do not concentrate exclusively on results or rewards. Instead, approach your work with love. Let your intellect be guided by your inner longing, making your mind a servant to your heart. May your love for the task ahead guide you, and this is the true path to arise. May Amma's grace and guidance be always with every one of you. Thank you so much. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.
Thank you, Swamiji, for bringing the wisdom from Upanishads, reminding us of the importance of sadhana, perseverance, and the infinite potential that lies within each of us to lift ourselves and bridge the gap between who we are and who we want to be. We now invite Dr. Venkatrangan, Vice Chancellor, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, to highlight the research and innovation accomplishments of Amrita.
Is my advisor ready? Amarnath, my advisor. Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My pranams at Amma's lotus feet. And my pranams to our most beloved Swamiji as well. I'm also, oh, I thought Swamiji is heading back. Actually, I got my inspiration back. So Swamiji's talk was spellbound. And I really don't feel like speaking after Swamiji. But since what I'm saying, going to talk about, is only going to prove right. Before I start, I also want to offer a very loving welcome on behalf of the university to our chief guest and guest of honor as well. And congratulations to the provost for putting together such a spectacular program and the whole team. So now to the next slide. Actually, Swamiji said he's not into innovation and other things, but actually speaking, Swamiji was very humble. He said he's just a monk. But really speaking, Amma has chosen the right person as the president of the university. He is the first, he made the first and the best discovery. And that is Amma. In this remote village of Ballikau, when nobody knew about Amma. So he is indeed an innovator par excellence. Next. So I already offered my welcome. Next. So I want to share 5 mantras for your success. And these mantras, each of the mantra will have a validation to show that it works. And these mantras are almost as though I have copied from Amma and Swamiji. So, but you know, mantras should be kept secret for them to have the power. So keep it secret. Next. Next.
I don't love every
Just
day.
pay attention to what it says. Then I'll tell you the mantra.
I don't love every day of my job. I don't think every day brings me joy, nor does joy have to be the definition of a good day. And every day I'm not happy. Every year I'm not happy about the company. But I love the company every single second. And so I think that what people misunderstand is somehow the best jobs are the one that brings you happiness all the time. I don't think that that's right. You have to suffer, you have to struggle, you have to endeavor, you have to do those hard things and work through it in order to really appreciate what you've done. And there are no such thing that are great that was easy to do.
Guess who it is? Can you take a guess? Yeah? So Swamiji, he is the CEO of NVIDIA, one of the largest trillion-dollar companies, very successful. And let us look at his brief upbringing, what he had to face. Next.
To me, no task is beneath me because remember, I used to be a dishwasher, and I mean that. And I used to clean toilets. I mean, I cleaned a lot of toilets. I've cleaned more toilets than all of you combined. You can't show me a task that's beneath me.
So that was his upbringing. Next.
I don't know how to teach it to you except for I hope suffering happens to you. And to this day, I use the phrase pain and suffering inside our company with great glee. And the reason, and I mean that, boy, this is going to cause a lot of pain and suffering. And I mean that in a happy way. Because you want to refine the character of your company. You want greatness out of them. And greatness is not intelligence, as you know. Greatness comes from character, and character isn't formed out of smart people. It's formed out of people who suffered.
So the first mantra is no pain, no gain. And if you look at what Abba says, children, we should be able to take any sorrow or suffering as conducive for our growth. So here's a validation, real world validation for this mantra. Next.
I was born in Taiwan, and my family immigrated when I was 9 years old. We spent a year and a half bouncing from Bolivia to Brazil to Paraguay. And the final leg of our journey brought us to Los Angeles. Before long, my father purchased a pear and apple farm in the Central Valley of California in the small town of Ducourt. And from age 14 until I went to medical school at Yale, I was a manager at the farm. That job taught me many things. I learned of the hard work and sacrifices made by migrant farm workers. I also witnessed how people working together can produce a result greater than the sum of individual parts. Today, I'm the director of the Stanford Cardiovascular Institute and run a state-of-the-art research lab, and I continue to see many similarities between farming and great science.
Right. So this is Joe Wu, who is the president of the American Heart Association. And he has a mantra. Next. So people working together can create a result greater than the sum of individual parts. It's a very, very important mantra. If you practice, and like what Swamiji said, if you practice one, all the others will also get added. Next. So he also says there are three things he insists. Work hard, work smart, work together. But then which part is the most important? Working together. And he's another thing that corroborates what Swamiji said is how many times you plan to go one way, circumstances force you to go another. And how often those disappointments become blessings. So keep that in mind. Next. So here's what Amma's quote, which encompasses all of this in the second mantra. When you see life and all it brings as a precious gift, you will be able to say yes to everything. Next.
But you did this even when during school, when you had access to timeshare computers, and that was a huge headache for you. You used to get out of your house, sneak out of your house, get to places, and use computers, get in trouble, and figure out a way of using computers again, and then program to your heart's content. Later on, you went, 36 odd hours on one occasion without sleeping. You just kept writing code. Was that fun for you, or was it towards a pursuit?
No, it's super fun. When you write software, you get feedback. You can see, does it come up with the right answer? Does it run as fast as it should?
Next. So basically, what Bill Gates says that he used to code for 80 hours in a week. Even after becoming a billionaire, he had this constant fear. One mistake, he may fall down. The company may fall down. So for him, software became tapas. So to the exclusion of everything else, he focused on that to be the number one in the world. That tapas is essential if you want to be number one. Next, mantra 3. So this is Harry Quinn, who is the CTO of TCS. He has a mantra.
In 1989, 1990, 1991. So that era was basically it's a tremendous amount of hard work and actually just belief. In fact, he mentioned Nandini. They had just gotten married. I'll tell you the real life story. So we would meet at 2 in the morning in his office, and Nandini would actually practice her dance in the office next door. I mean, this is the dedication that with which the journey had begun, right? So incredible journey, incredible.
No, put the other. Compassion. His mantra. His mantra is very beautiful and simple. Solving the problem right is computation. Solving the right problem that benefits the society is compassion. A very simple, straightforward, but very clear definition of what compassion and science is. Mantra 4. Next.
So Jackson, what's the name of the volcano?
Yasur.
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 Yasur. What does that mean?
Someone bigger than us.
One of the most active volcanoes on Earth.
Did you just hear it?
What? Oh no, there was a sound?
Yeah.
Oh damn it.
Echoed all the way across up there.
Eric is clearly listening, but to what? Is the edge okay, you think?
You tell me.
That's crazy. Like looking into the gates of hell.
Hear the sound like compressing, like hitting the walls down there, like that. And it's kind of dark right now, right? So it's really lit up.
Mm-hmm. You just kind of forget that Eric is completely blind. I mean, this is a man who climbed Everest, who just hiked this volcano without a single stumble, who could even tell when the landscape changed on the drive over. You just kind of forget until he asks you to describe it to him.
And it's what colors? Orange?
It's like orange fireworks shooting out of the ground.
Uh-huh.
Next.
I am not gonna lie. I sometimes forget about Albert's leg. He just moves so well. Because of course his prosthetic leg is as high tech as everything else about him.
Okay, what is the mantra here? Next is the last one. Can you put the chanting?
Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkrupa tamaham vande amritananda mataram.
So salute that supreme bliss for us, Amma, by whose mercy the dumb become eloquent and the lame jump over mountains. You know, this verse is coined a long time ago. Nobody will believe this one until you see a validation a blind man scaling Everest, volcanoes, a cripple crossing a big valley, etc. So I think that's pretty much right. 5 mantras. Anything else, Amarnath? So that was my brief presentation, and thank you very much. Om Amrita Namaha.
Thank you, Dr. Venkatrangan, for that extremely engaging and immersive presentation. I made my notes. I hope you made yours, reiterating a lot of what Swamiji already said. I would like to now invite on stage Dr. Shiv Pratap Gopakumar. He's the Associate Professor for School of Sustainable Futures to give us an overview of the Amrita Research Plan and Strategy for the year 2024 to 2027.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams to Puja Swamiji, respected dignitaries on stage and off the stage, my dear colleagues and friends. Last year, during Arise 2024, we had the privilege of engaging with researchers from diverse disciplines across all our campuses. We spent valuable time discussing potential collaborations, identifying global challenges, and envisioning solutions. Many of you may recall the large chart papers where we meticulously documented our dream projects, outlining our vision, methodologies, and expected outcomes. These discussions were not mere exercises. They laid the foundation for something much greater. A dedicated team has since worked diligently to compile these ideas, culminating in Amrita Research Strategy, a comprehensive framework that embodies the collective aspirations and expertise of our academic community. This endeavor has truly been a collaborative effort with contributions coming equally from distinguished faculty members and emerging scholars. Through this process, we have transcended hierarchical structures, fostering a culture of shared decision-making and inclusivity in research. Today, we are deeply honored to have Swamiji lead the official launch of this significant milestone, the Amrita Research and Innovation Strategy document, which is a direct outcome of the ideas, discussions, and projects initiated during Arise 2024. We humbly invite Swamiji to present this document to Ms. Vasanthi Ramesh, Managing Director, NATAP India, Professor Arunachalam Madhakannan, Professor of Engineering, the Polytechnical School, Arizona State University, Dr. Vipin Chowdhury, Department Chair, Case School of Engineering, Case Western University. The document outlines the interdisciplinary research pathways proposed for each of the 6 grand challenges of Arise, developed by over 500 faculty members across 8 Amrita campuses. Rooted in our core principles, education for life, compassion-driven research, and global impact, this strategy harnesses our strengths in value-based education and technological innovation. The strategies present here align with our Chancellor's vision of creating a world free from hunger, conflict, and disparities.
Looking forward to the exciting roadmap outlined for Amrita researchers. As we come to a close of the inauguration ceremony of Amrita Research and Innovation Symposium for Excellence, Arise 2025, we request Dr. Sushangan Ramanathan, Dean, School of Engineering, Amrita Vidyapeetham, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Om Amriteshwaryai Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Amma. It is with immense gratitude and joy that I stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks at this prestigious symposium. First and foremost, we bow down in deep reverence to Amma, whose boundless compassion and visionary leadership continue to inspire and guide us. It is her unwavering commitment towards compassion-driven research and service to humanity that stand as hallmark of this symposium. I want to convey our heartfelt gratitude to Swami Amrita Swarupananda Puriji, President Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, for his blessings, wisdom, and constant encouragement in fostering excellence in education and research. His words today were truly inspiring. Swamiji, that was a non-technical but highly technical speech. A special thanks to Ms. Vasanthi Ramesh for gracing this occasion with her presence and for sharing her invaluable sights on data of the past. How do we use data moving forward? How do we manage them? And how do we secure them? But most importantly, she mentioned that it wasn't about data. It was about the difficulty in absorbing the compassion in one day. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. A big round of applause, please. We're deeply grateful to Dr. Shashank Priya for enlightening us with the achievements of University of Minnesota, their expertise and what they do completely aligns with what Amrita does. We also would like to thank you for confirming University of Minnesota's presence and participation in Arise 2026. Thank you so much, sir. I don't know what time zone you were in, but we truly appreciate you taking the time to be here with us online. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Kannan and Dr. Chowdhury and Vasanthi Ramesh for launching the Amrita Strategic Initiative brochure along with Sampujya Swamiji. Thank you so much. We talk a lot about data mining. I don't know how Dr. Venkat pulled off this kind of data mining with a story in his head. An amazing piece of presentation. We sincerely thank you, Dr. Venkatrangan, for this dynamic leadership and unwavering support in advancing research and innovation at Amrita. Your presentation highlights the innovative part. We don't need GPUs to make such kind of presentation. We just need you. We also extend a very heartfelt gratitude to our provost, Dr. Manisha Ramesh, for her dedication and relentless efforts in driving interdisciplinary research and fostering a culture of innovation. Your guidance is truly invaluable. A simple takeaway from me, besides all of the highlights of Amrita's achievement, is that move from self-centered to selfless goals, and a message that all of us at Amrita should drive and thrive on compassion-driven research, and we should do it as a team. A special acknowledgement to all the organizing committee, faculty members, researchers, and students who have worked tirelessly to make this event a grand success. Your hard work and commitment are truly commendable and appreciated. Last but not the least, our deepest appreciation goes to all the participants from both within and outside Amrita. It means a lot that so many of you have taken the time to come here, spend the next 5 days, so we can all contribute positively to what Amma has laid the foundation. I just want to leave you with one question. I was just sitting there and thought that this might be a challenge, besides what Dr. Manisha pointed out. There was AI plus X. If there is a way to come up with AI plus X to grind your ego, greed, and many more things that actually trap us, we will all be able to reach the ocean, and we will all be truly compassionate. And I hope this crowd here finds that AI plus X, the biomarker that will completely wash away greed and ego. And that's my wish. Once again, I extend a very warm and heartful welcome and thank you to each one of you. May Amma guide us all in the next 5 days to come out with fruitful and meaningful, impactful research endeavors. Om Namah Shivaya.